Hi, I'm Komal Sharma and you're listening to the Lounge Podcast, a weekly show that gives you some music, movies, art and culture news. On today's show, we'll be meeting a man who has proved that cloth can be a powerful resource for the development of India's poorest communities. Many of you must have heard of Goonj, an organization that has been working in this sector for over 10 years now. It channels excess resources, waste in urban households, to the impoverished rural and disaster-prone areas. Materials include cloth, furniture, electronic equipment, and medical supplies. Village and slum communities, in exchange for this cloth and material, conduct self-organized local development and infrastructure building programs, leading to more than 500 projects every year, such as setting up of schools, concrete roads, bridges, wells, irrigation canals and toilets across 1,500 villages in India. Sourcing its material at collection camps in urban neighborhoods and corporate offices, Goonj delivers 1,000 tons of material every year through an extensive network of volunteers, schools, corporate houses and NGO partners. Last week, the Schwab Foundation for Social Entrepreneurship, which is a sister organization of the World Economic Forum, awarded Goonj's founder Anshu Gupta the Social Entrepreneur of the Year India 2012. Anshu joins us now to really tell us about the mindset of charity. He asks a pertinent question: are you giving or are you discarding? That and more on how you can help Goonj coming up. Hi Anshu, welcome to the Lounge Podcast.
Thank you.
First of all, congratulations on winning the Social Entrepreneur of the Year award.
Thank you.
So, you've been working on this for almost 13 years now. How has it been so far? How tough or how easy or how surprising has your journey been?
It's been an interesting journey for sure, and especially for a person who does not have any background of this kind of work.
Mm-hmm.
So personally, for me and for many people in the organization and the family, a lot of things are new and full of surprises.
Okay.
And with time, you are evolving your own systems, you are building up your own structures, and also you are learning on a routine basis.
Right. Right.
So that way, it has been really nice that you don't have anything in past to do with it.
Right. Right.
So everything is new.
Everything is start from scratch. How does Goonj work basically? How does the network, the collection and transportation of materials, give us briefly an idea of how it works?
So basically right now we deal with almost 1,000 tons of material a year now.
Okay.
With about 150 full-time people in 9 offices.
Right.
So but what we have done is that it is a chain which has various stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
So if you talk about the collection of material, that is done through a large number of volunteers, resident associations, a lot of corporates, retail chains,
okay,
all those people, So
mm-hmm.
then the processing, which is very important part of our work, because we always used to say that, whenever you talk about donation, the biggest problem is that you give what you have. You never give what people need.
Right.
Okay. Because unfortunately, people might call it donation, and it's a very common statement that I want to donate cloth. But we always argue that the fact remains that you never donate, you actually discard.
Right. You're cleaning up your wardrobe, basically.
Yeah, so it's a game of literally changing the entire mindset or changing the perception which is there for last many centuries, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Where it needs to move away from so-called donor's pride to the receiver's dignity.
Right.
Because so far at the receiving end, you always think that people are just, receiving charity from you. So we wanted to change this mindset.
Okay.
That's why the processing is a very important part, which is the second part, which is done by the so-called paid team of Goonj.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Third part is the implementation, where we work with about right now 250 partners in parts of 21 states.
Okay.
And these are basically, after a very careful due diligence, we choose partners.
Mm-hmm.
These are local NGOs, CBOs, social activists, some, in many cases, youths and people with a spark in eyes, who can do something in the villages. These are the people or the institutions who do the implementation of cloth for work, school to school, all kind of initiatives of Goonj.
Okay.
So that's how the entire chain works.
Okay. And I understand it's a completely non-monetary sort of model?
No, I mean, ultimately, it's a hardcore logistics work also.
Right.
You can have hundreds of emotional stories, but ultimately, it's a hardcore logistics.
Mm-hmm.
We have an annual budget of, right now, I think this year it will touch about 3.5 to 4 crore rupees.
Okay.
Because the major expenses are there in the rents and storage of space and remuneration of people, because this, as I said, it's a hardcore logistics work.
Right, right.
But yeah, I mean, we do it in a very, very cost-effective manner, and I mean, you can imagine all the 150 people sit and work, and not even a single chair or table has been bought so far.
Okay.
It's all
Okay.
that's the power of recycling and reuse.
Right, right.
Okay.
No, it's quite massive. When I was reading about Goonj, I mean, your network's really spread, and I mean, it's really a matter of pride. Okay, anyway, before I let you go, tell our listeners how, if they want to contribute or help or volunteer, what can they do?
I think you need to become a part of it, because our basic role is that we want to move it away from the charity of it. Because the basic thing which we always said, that you talk about Indian villages, the biggest asset of village India is something called self-respect or dignity.
Right.
You don't find beggars in the villages. Begging is a typical city phenomena.
Sure.
So we need people who can work with us to change the mindset of people,
Right.
Not only just collection of material or trying to work for the logistics and all, but really build up campaigns with us, work with us to change the mindset of people. Because as we often say that, you don't change the countries by changing the infrastructure. You change the country by changing the people.
Right.
So this material, this work can become a tool for that. So from organizing collection drives and, organizing logistics and collection of money, everything, it's more important to become a part of this small change.
That's probably the most challenging thing as well, to change people's perspectives and mindsets, and the rest follows, the logistics and the physical work follows. All right, thank you so much for talking to us, Anshu, and all the best to you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. So that's all we have for you this week. Thanks for listening in, and do write to us at feedback@livemint.com. Bye-bye.